It has begun. The oversight of the Biden administration is now in full effect with House Republicans on what used to be an important congressional committee, the Oversight Committee, launching multiple investigations, and we're going to break them down. So they're going to be questioning officials on alleged fraud and abuse and pandemic assistance. I think that's an interesting one. While the Judiciary Committee is going to hear from local officials about Biden's handling of issues on the southwest border. Bear in mind, there are way more of these to come. And I think they almost intentionally are starting off a little bit less 100% bat-ass crazy. So they're getting into stuff with the pandemic, but it's not like, did Fauci make of the COVID? It's like fraud and abuse. And they're doing stuff on the border rather than like, is he importing like Nigerian trans people? All of that will come, so buckle up, we're getting into it. But while we're talking about fraud and waste and pandemic assistance, I will remind you of a fun little moment in Dark Brandon social media history when they decided on the White House to point out all of the right wingers who had gotten massive PPP loans forgiven. Here's Marjorie Greene getting over $183,000 for some reason. Matt Gaetz had got $482,000 in loans forgiven. Marjorie Greene, at least, like, she technically owns a business, right? Like, so it's maybe understandable that she'd get hundreds of thousands of dollars in free money and then pretend that that didn't happen and the government shouldn't help anyone else, just her. Matt Gaetz, what did that $482,000 go towards? Tuition on Venmo? Like, where did that money go? So I do believe that there was a massive amount of fraud and a massive amount of waste. I mean, that's not really debatable right now. Back in December, the Government Accountability Office estimated that more than $60 billion might have been lost to fraud in COVID unemployment programs. So that's fun. The issue is, I don't have a lot of faith in people who have personally benefited from this fraud and from this waste in seriously looking into it. Like if they do this investigation, JR, and they find out that, oh my God, these big companies were like wildly, like taking way more money than they actually needed. It wasn't going to actual, who thinks that they're actually gonna blow the whistle in a serious, intellectually honest way on corporations? Like, best case scenario, they find that woke Disney did something or M&M's got more than they should have. But aside from that, I don't have a lot of faith in them.
Actually, my first thought was I was thinking that maybe even some of the Democrats that are in the House as these investigations ramp up, they can utilize some of these opportunities, since we're talking about it, to bring up things that you brought up, like some of these representatives and other elected officials that fleeced the government for that money, as well as they complain about it ever since. So maybe that'll be the case. But the thing is, as soon as you point out, that if we find this happening with some of these corporations, some of these businesses, also, there's probably plenty of Democrats that don't want to blow the lid off of those folks either. As we already know, the biggest money in the country goes to all politicians to continue to keep their jobs, to continue to fund their campaigns. Again, we can go back to it over and over and over again. The source of many of the problems, I'd say 98% of the problems with our politicians and the way that they act, is who they're paid by and who they're told by to act based off the money that's given. So yeah, sure, if they stole a little bit, a couple $100,000 from the government and have nothing to do with it afterwards, or I'm sorry, even $1 million from the government, who cares? They gave us like $6,000, bro. We gotta have them, and they told us what to do. I'm afraid that this may end up being something that I think citizens are gonna have to recognize how ridiculous these investigations are, not from the help of other politicians looking to blow the lid.
Yeah, I think 100%, and it's what, like, so obviously I think we've been pretty clear here that we are girding ourselves mentally for a lot of BS investigations, but honestly, as much as like, a 6-month-long investigation of like Hunter Biden or whatever, that they're gonna, by the way, here's a prediction, they're gonna do this stuff, we all know that. They're going to do it like the January 6th thing. They're gonna try to make it like a primetime televised thing. God. I mean, it's gonna be Fox and OAN or whatever, or I don't know, maybe CNN's gonna try to get right-wingers to watch by covering it, but they'll be doing that. That is at least a BS investigation of something that is BS. But isn't it kind of worse when it's a BS investigation of something that's true? Like imagine if the right wing was like, you know what? We believe we need the best fighting force in the world, so we're gonna be looking into like wasted military spending. I'd be like, no, don't do that, because you're definitely, it's fake, it's not real. And then you're gonna like it would be wasting an opportunity for something that could be productive. And we're seeing that right now.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.